Oh, how nice, huh? What a good feeling. Now, let's maintain this. Let's take advantage of me and my experience in telling you that that's exactly how golf should be played. It's a game. You got to have fun. You got to have a carefree nature to it. But if I could say to you that there's something interesting about great golfers. Great golfers have a very high sense of self-confidence, and it's required. If you're going to play great golf, you kind of have to believe you're going to hit this shot off of that lie to that pin that's really far away and hit it close. That's just what you have to believe. Now, a lot of that belief comes from doing it over and over again, so you know you can do it. But also, that belief is somewhat of a blind optimism, the carefree nature of a game where you throw the ball and hopefully it goes exactly where you want it to. If you're playing football or basketball, you shoot it and you just expect it to go through the hoop. That's what's required in order to play games. There's this blind faith and optimism, which it can also be equated with a carefree feeling, but it's a very calculated carefree feeling. It's based upon, well, you got a good setup position and you're going to stay still, so you don't have to worry about all that minutia. You can let it go and just see how things work out based upon the structure that you're taking care of in the setup and the stillness that you maintain during the swing, right? How fun. And I think that you now having a really positive session, if I could just give you some insight, I'm surprised you haven't had more like this. When you struggle, I'm always a little surprised, but it also reveals to me that there's something off with the inner dialogue. There's something off with the tension. There's something off with doubt. It's these subtle, intangible things that tend to be revealed when I see good structure, because you show me a lot of good structure. I've given you lots of complementary physical responses to your technique, but I've also said, I think you get in your own way. So I want you to now take advantage of this and explore this part of the headiness of the swing, not the calculating of the geometry, because one, you're not qualified, and two, you don't need to do that. I need to do that. I need to understand the geometry so that I could teach it. You just need to stay still from the closed setup position and let it go, and don't interfere. That's the most important thing you can do. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to hit bad shots, but when you do, just step up to the next one with a blind optimism that everything's going to work out. That's what good players do. All right, so let's check you out. Really, we're just looking for a good swing path. Okay, so for sure, it's better. And I think you said in your comment, you think you could be more shallow. I think you could too. So if you can imagine, in the traditional swing, they talk about low and slow. That was one of the things that you would learn. It would be a tip on the takeaway, low and slow. And it was always, oh, what does that mean? And then there was another one that was drag the club back, right? Well, that's terrible, because if you're dragging the club back, your weight's got to be shifting with it. But low and slow has some value. What is low and slow? Well, in order for the club to be low, it's got to be shallow. As soon as the club starts rising up like this, it's getting steep. So if you can imagine if I could build you a little table as a training aid, and your club had to stay under that, the club couldn't come this way toward the camera. It would go right into that table, right? So here's the table. Instead, the club would have to go low and slow to the inside. The slow part is because your hands and arms are relaxed. The slow part is because that's just how a club is moved. But the low part is shallow. Oh, interesting. Low is in shallow. The low part is just the club swinging along the line of your body. So my club stays lower longer, not because I'm trying to keep it low, not because I'm extending my arms to keep the club close to the ground, but because I'm letting the club swing along the line of my body, and as it does that, it swings low to the ground. So I just want to see how you interpret that. Now, it's going to freak you out because the club's going to be going more away to the inside, and in your mind, you may get scared that you're going to hit the ball really far right. Don't worry about it. Just find out what happens when you let it go and apply what I'm talking to you about here, which is really I'm giving you imagery of what it's like to let the club swing along the line of your body. So it's more shallow, but it could be more shallow. Nice, right? Closed nicely through impact, closed long through impact, very positive. All right, let me look at the shots. Fun. Yep, that's our line. That's where the ball should be starting, with a little draw. Okay, so I want you maintaining the status quo, just continuing to understand that you've missed one water bottle, now miss two. In order to miss two, I hate saying it because it's got so much, it talks about movement, but allow the club to be low as it comes away, like it's traveling underneath the table, because it's swinging along the line of your body. And really, that's just about you relaxing your hands and arms and letting the club swing along the line of your body.